All right, so picking up where I left off, ascension, going up. Again, this is the physical body, the non-physical body, the consciousness, all of it. So we're going up, okay? Excuse me if I occasionally, need to take a breath and redraw my thoughts. So we have a lot of, I don't know if I would say evidence of this, but we have a lot of evidence, history, many things going on right now. So this topic, if we imagine it maybe like a circle or a bubble, and it just goes off in infinite directions. And I guess we would call, for the center of this bubble, I'm going to call, just the word ascension, to keep this, my information in the direction I want to go, to keep it somewhat concise, because we can, go down into rabbit holes, because again, this information is expansive. It is encompassing. It is enlarging. It is my truth, her truth, his truth, many truths combined that create our whole, reality perspective. So ascension, moving on, I don't want to say the evidence or the facts, but we have another thing going on that is very much in alignment with ascension, and it's called the solar cycle. Okay, now science and certain people on our planet keep up with the sun, the way the sun moves and travels. And again, my understanding through research and knowledge is that we're in a very specific, what's called solar cycle, where the sun and our planet, and again, I believe other parts of our constellation, are going to be moving through a part of the universe where our planet gets hit by or bombarded by what's called high photon light particles. Okay? Now again, here we go, jumping into it. Our body, the physical structure of our body and our planet and our reality are all essentially based on the same thing. So high plant right here, okay, and then we have my skin, and then we have different forms of matter around us. So my understanding is that these things are connected, and what's happening in our universe is as our planet, accompanied by the sun, and again, there's many specificities to this, but our planet and our sun and everything, we're going through a part of the universe where we're getting hit by what's called high photon light energy. That high photon light energy changes us at an anatomical level. Anatomical? Yes, anatomical and atomic level. I think atomic level will be more accurate. So down to our atoms, they're being rearranged, shifted, and moved to what I would call a higher frequency. Okay? That is probably the most simple way I could explain ascension. And then comes everything else after that. Okay? So we have, I'll choose to say, our consciousness, our mind, going to a higher place. Now, there's many people I watch and learn from and admire and draw information from. One of my favorite people to watch, she calls herself, YouTube, she calls herself Earth 1111, and her name is Roxanne. Shout out Roxanne. I don't want to say I literally love you, but you have guided me and so many others so much. So Roxanne mentioned the other day that with this ascension, again, that's our body, mind, the whole complex as one, where we exist in the world, is going to be located, going to be stationed, thank you, Roxanne, at a higher coordinate, at a higher plane. Okay? So we're very low. We're down here, okay? I'll say Earth is very low. We also use the word dense, okay? I'm gonna do a really rough sketch. Okay, so we are, I believe, what's called in the first density. And that is where we are located physically. Our body and where our consciousness, where our mind, thoughts, awareness is coming from what's called the first density. The first density combines the first, second, and third dimensions of being. The first, second, and third dimensions of being, my understanding, include the physical body, the emotional body, and excuse me for not having that information, but there's a lower somewhat octave of dimensions that we're existing in right now. Again, a little bit of a rough draft, but we have here Earth, and imagine that Earth is just very low in what we call the first density. It's heavy, it's matter. Now, in these higher densities, I'm going to put carbon right here. That's what we are. Above the carbon density, my understanding is either crystal or liquid crystal matter. Above that is what is referred to as plasma or light plasma matter, pre-matter. And then above that would be what's referred to as sound fields, primal sound fields. So as matter, us solid structures, comes into being, something is instructing that matter, us. There's something is giving it instructions. What made it, what made it happen like that? Okay, so the density in the dimension of matter, thoughts, existence above us is less dense, it's lighter, it's more fluid. Okay, so again, shout out Roxanne tying this back in. Go look up Earth 1111. Beautiful human, lovely soul. Love you, Roxanne. So our consciousness is basically coming from a very low place. And there's a design to all of this. It's not for no reason. Our consciousness is going to be stationed at a higher place. Now, we're not going to immediately go to the top and be understanding things from a primal sound field. Through time, you may achieve that existence in place of being. But for long story short, ascension, with going up, our consciousness is no longer going to be stationed in what's called the third density, and that is filled with again, what you see outside in the physical reality, and other other vibrations and frequencies and experiences that go along with the third density are negative. Okay, so we'll say fear, okay, guilt, shame, anger, separation, and what we also call the ego mind, or the IDEN. How the lower mind identifies with the physical world is what we call the ego mind. It is a part of your brain, a segment of your consciousness that is less open, expansive, and forgiving. It is a part that's very concrete, needy. It is how we navigate this lower realm. So our consciousness is no longer coming from the ego self, where these things are prevalent: fear, guilt, shame, anger, separation. Our consciousness, my understanding, is going to be stationed at a higher place. My understanding, again, is that our consciousness is, and these things are somewhat unlimited and expansive, infinite, but we're going to be stationed at, wow, I don't want to be wrong, but my understanding is that we're coming from the heart, is that we're ascending out of a negative place into a higher place. What is that going to create? What does that mean for our reality? What does that mean for your experience? What does that mean for the planet? What does that mean, for everything? So we're going to be done with just a lot of these negative things. We, as people, as humans, are currently experiencing so much of this and being aware of it, and we're We're taking that awareness of the lowerness combined with our heart and our higher frequencies, the higher dimensions of ourself, and we're essentially using the energy and information from the higher dimensions, our higher self, our higher heart, our forgiving heart, our all-knowing heart, with other things, among other things, and we're using that information, knowledge, and power to create a new reality, where we are not existing in the lower state, in what we would refer to, real careful here, as hell. Because again, it's very low down here, and we are surrounded and bombarded by negativity, separation, another thing we call service to self-consciousness, which is an awareness and a consciousness that seeks to only serve itself. That is what is conducting this part of our experience right now, is what's owning part of the universe that we're in, is an extremely low, disconnected, separated, hurtful, the list goes on, mindset. And us as humans, it is our right, our purpose, our purpose to reclaim what is ours, to reclaim what we were created for, to reclaim our position in the universe, to reclaim, again, the list goes on. And if your head is spinning right now, that's okay. If you're tuned in and you're paying attention, wonderful. If you're taking notes and unsure and losing your mind, that is fine too. If all of this is foreign to you, but you're keep going, wonderful. That means a part of you is understanding the information that I'm relaying. Now, again, I did not make this up. I didn't receive all of this on my own. I have and had people educate me seek information, and teaching myself, combined with the pain and suffering of my experience, which therefore gave me, again, so much knowledge and awareness. And I'm at a point in my journey where I'm here to share that knowledge and awareness with all of you. And again, there's no right or wrong. There just is, okay? So, ascension, go up, body, mind, spirit, physical body, consciousness, mindness, awareness, no longer being stationed in a low part of reality, consciousness going to a higher part of reality, consciousness that goes and reclaims you, the parts of you that are now acting out and spun out in the lower reality, what we would refer to as fragmented parts of the soul, because your soul, your creation, your awareness has a purpose, was created with a purpose, but unfortunately, through our experiences on Earth, that purpose got tampered with. But, and let me back up a little bit when I say your purpose, because some people may think, okay, well, if I am A, B, and C, an amazing being, an angel, if I am all these things, why am I here? Why am I having this experience? Now let's get into it. Why did we come to hell? Why did we come to the earthly physical plane? Why? Knowing that these things were here, knowing that it wasn't fun. Why did that happen? Why would God let that happen? Now again, this answer is going to be my perspective, which is my truth and my understanding. So my understanding, and here we go again, buckle up. My understanding is that with this idea of no time, and with the idea of infinity, and with the idea of the present moment and infinite love and things like that, with the idea that we are all the same and come from the same, and we are all God manifested outward. My understanding is that why are we here, why we went through this, is because God, reality, the universe, the game, the experience we're having, it had to lose itself. at some point. And I'm very careful when I say that because that may or may not land with some people correctly. God wanted to experience him and herself in the world. God then wanted to experience blissful, amazing things. Garden of Eden in heaven. God then said, and maybe we don't have to say God said, but a piece or part of God then said, I want to experience in my own way. And if you're following me, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm not here to hide it. I'm gonna brush over that. A piece of God within God's game, in the game that God created, that it is aware of all times. I want to say he's aware. A piece, part, or segment of the game said, fuck it up. Break the rules. Do it my way. And God said, I'm going to give that to you. God said, I'm going to let you do you, boo. Do it. And let me know how that shit plays out. And I kind of love how I said that. And we're in the final days of it playing out, of so-and-so being able to run game on the earth. Insert your own truth, which I love to say. You guys will be hearing me say that, meaning take my words, flip them into your own way. Keep the truth there, keep the meaning there. Please don't misconstrue my shit. But yes, so what we're saying is the physical plane is a form of hell. I don't want to use that word. It is a manifestation, is a physical manifestation of lower frequencies, consciousness, thoughts, and times. And God said, I'm gonna let you do that. Do you, boo, and come see me when it start fucking up. We're in like the last chapter of it fucking up. What is it? Our experience here on earth. Going places, y'all. Keep up. Ascension, soul going up. Soul is down here in a lower part, in a hurting part, in a separated part, in a slow, dense part. And we're going to go to a higher place. We're going to go to a place where love, peace, acceptance, unity consciousness, where unity prevails, okay? We're in a place right now that says we are separate and we need to be aware that we're separate, or some old weird shit. We're going to a place that says you're on my team, she's on my team. Now, how does that team move out? Roll out, you know? But we're in right now a game where this team doesn't like this team, our team, and is keeping us down. And that somehow serves the other team because the other team only wants to serve itself. Okay, and I know I just went ding, 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 but we're not made for that. We were created, us humans, along with many other beings in the universe, we were created for love. We were created to express love. We were created as what's called guardians. We were created as guardians of Earth and all of Earth's treasures. Now, the universe, world, I don't want to say world, but, you know, there's a lot of treasures and beautiful things in there. And I don't just mean treasures, I mean creation. Earth is a creation. Everything that inhabits the earth is a creation. And we are not the top of that, but we are the cherry on top of that creation. Whew. So we have little planty here. We've got, you know, little crystal here. We've got all these amazing things, and then we have us. Ooh, it's a lot, right? And so I tell people, like, you know, if this is the matter, but I'm animated. And animals are too, amazing, right? But we're, and nature too, right? Like it's, you know, connected. But we're something special. So there's a group, a team out there that again has been playing in this game of dimensions and realities. They've been playing for a long time, and they don't want us to win. They don't want us to be strong, plugged in, aware of many of the things I'm telling you. They want you lost. They want you hurt. They want you stuck, because that is what helps the game out there. But we're not playing that game. When I say we, I mean me, you, everybody else who is waking up Again, use other words if you want. Sorry about woke and unwoke. Anybody who is choosing themselves, choosing knowledge, choosing unity consciousness, choosing the hard path, a path of this is what I need rather than this is what I want, this is what I need to do. We, unity, united, we are on a team. We are here for a reason. And yes, let's continue, okay? There's many people here, many souls, many experiences, many consciousness on the earthly plane right now that are like this, unaware. They're closed. They've got their blinders on. No, I don't want to say the blinders, but there's so much in our game that distracts us. I've got sex over here. Yes, we're getting into it. I've got images over here. I've got money. I've got, yes, I'm wearing my jewelry, but it's, what's going on out here is extreme materialism to where I want to hurt people. What's going on out here is extreme capitalism, again, materialism, where we don't want to hurt people physically, like go out and attack them, but we are reducing people to nothing, you know? We are the factories, the mining in Africa, the Amazon meaning the company. All of those are disregarding people, humans, and their natural power and love, and placing materialism on top of that. And here we are again in the negativity, separation, ego. I want, so she goes down, take her out, do this, do that. And you see this, I don't want to say mirrored, but you see this in the government agencies, in so much of our world right now, in women, in food, in entertainment, which we don't even really need, entertainment industry. There are so many facets of our world that are trying to do this to us. And don't even get me started on, you know, JAB, jab, or the, you know, the big V, you know, don't get me started on that stuff, because that's a rabbit hole too that we'll get into and that you can explore. So much out there right now wants to take this, close it, wants to take this, your heart, break it, close it, crumble it. They want you masked up, afraid, unhealthy, sad, scared. They want you here. Fear, guilt, shame, anger, separation, ego, me, all at, you know, all at once, taking you down. Because how can you be powerful when you're consumed with all of that? How can you remember that you are, here we go, divine and infinite? And divine is a nice word, but what is divine? Of or coming from God. Is divine perfect? No, because fuck that. Divine is of God. What you are, what he, she is, all of these things are of God. And if we don't like the word God, that's completely okay. We will say from the Creator. We will say from, I don't want to say the one who runs it, but you kind of get what I'm saying. Insert your own words in your mindset, correct? So Ascension, us, people, the awareness, the energy in God's game are going up. We're going to a place of unity. We're going to a place of, I'm just going to say teamwork, go team instead of division. That's what I was missing. Division. That is what's weakening us. That is what is a program out there, is a ongoing mindset to have people, humans, again, all of these negative things. And what's happening, and I mentioned this in the last videos, with the solar cycles, with nature having its own laws and us being affected by that, this game is resetting itself because it's been put in such a negative, dark place for so long. We've been in a negative place for so long. We as humans have finally woken up and are deciding to step out of that. And that is one part of Ascension. Again, there's no right or wrong word with that. Give me a moment to just kind of think, reclaim my thoughts. Again, I want to remind you that you are not here by accident or mistake. Your consciousness asked to be here, to observe the events, to be part of this team in Ascension, to experience hardships, and then experience bliss, love, connectedness, and everything that is to come. And my understanding is while we are here or anywhere, your belief is going to run you. So what do you believe? Ask yourself. Ask yourself deep. Find a quiet place. Find that place of you. And ask yourself, and excuse me, let me back up, but in terms of this information and where I'm coming from, what I'm sharing, ask yourself, where do you fit in? And not where do you fit in, try to be careful with that, but ask yourself, what is coming up for you? Feel free to write things down, feel free to write questions down, ask me questions in the comments, ask me questions on Instagram. Again, this is one of many videos and topics to come. Again, you are loved, you are protected, you are not here by mistake, you are not here to suffer. While the suffering is part of it, the awareness, power, and strength mirrors the suffering and the pain. Meaning what you go through will make you exponentially stronger, okay? Again, let me try to focus for a second. If you're in a dark place, if things are not okay, find hope, find faith, find power within yourself. It is always there. It has never left. And maybe we'll do an activity really quick before I go. Take a breath. I'm looking at 3:08 on the clock, okay? Let's do a little timer. So I'm gonna say right now, we are in the moment. I am in a current moment right now. I'm choosing to believe in this moment that I'm... you out there? Oh.